interrupted. So hopefully those of you that were there a few moments ago can hop back on, and hopefully we'll be free of any glitches moving forward. Wonderful. So again, I'm Tracy, and thank you for joining me here with our gentle chair yoga. So we had taken a few moments just to take a few deep breaths, really soft into the body. And again, sometimes that inward gaze can feel a little more available with the eyes closed. So feel free to close your eyes and take a few soft breaths here. Just noticing what it feels like to again gather that presence and attention inward. Soften the hands and the arms and just take a few breaths here. And as the spine sits tall in your seat here, perhaps you can even envision that the in-breath we're rising up through the spine, up through the crown of your head. And then the exhale, we're just sinking a little deeper into the bones, feeling a little more supported by the chair and the floor beneath you. Softening the jaw and the tongue. And allow your exhales to become a little more audible through the mouth. Just a few breaths like that. Deep breath in the nose and long, slow breath out the mouth. Nice. And if you were here a few moments ago, what we'll do is come back to the space at the back of the neck. So we're just talking about this length of the spine, and the tendency when we sit up tall is to sort of lift through the chest and the chin. So avoiding that sort of back bending shape up in there in the upper body, can we lengthen up and find a little bit more length in the back of the neck? So a little bit of pressure into the occipital ridge, that little bony protrusion there. And just using the fingertips here just to lengthen the back of your neck. Nice, and then just relax your arms back down at your side. And truly, it will just feel a little bit strange at first, but as you find this length up your spine, can you get a sense that just tucking your chin just slightly, it's going to feel like it's maybe more than necessary. So we don't want to create double chins or tension in here, but just that slight tuck where it feels like you're creating a little bit more length up the back and up through the crown of your head. So just finding that nice tall length here. And then from here, let's start to draw nice big circles with the chin. So again, not clenching the jaw. Wonderful. I see some of you hopping back on. Sorry, we lost a little bit of internet connection there. So just join us again when you're ready. Finding those nice big circles with your chin, finding length to the front of the neck and space and length to the back of the neck with those circles. So just take your time moving really slow. Wonderful. Change your direction. And only making that circle as large as it feels comfortable for your neck.
This is what I want you to say for Facebook.
Wonderful. And then just come back to center for a moment again. Find that length up through the spine. Nice full breath in. And exhaling out. And just take a moment, turn your head from side to side. Just feeling a little stretch here. Nice. And then just coming forward. We're going to find a little engagement behind the heart center. So right between your shoulder blades. can you imagine that there's a pencil there? So just take a moment, press down to your feet. A little bit of pressure there. So just a little activation in the lower body, and then find your seat. And then come to that space between your shoulder blades. And then can you imagine that pencil is being squeezed by your shoulder blades? Okay. So you're drawing the shoulder blades back and the upper arm bones back to make that happen, versus just a lifting of the chest. So still sitting up nice and tall, and then drawing that energy back behind you to squeeze and hold that pencil there between your shoulder blades. And then again, while you're doing this, just making sure the shoulders are not up towards the ears, they're sliding down, and then in towards center of your body. And then the chin again. So we just kind of want to keep it level with the ground without lifting here, and just taking a moment, continuing with that squeeze, not holding your breath. And then release that. And just notice how that feels. We're going to do it one more time. Let's start with the feet. Press down again, just slightly into the feet. Pressing down into your seat. Send some energy up through the spine. And then squeezing that space between the shoulder blades. Breathing here. So not going too hard with this, but just so that you can feel some heat, some energy, and activation of those muscles. Nice, and then release that down. All right, let's take the arms out to the side, palms facing up, and then find again that little bit of a squeeze, a little lighter this time, between the shoulder blades. Nice. Take a big breath in. Exhale, release any of that tension, and then begin to inhale as you reach your arms up overhead. And then let's take a moment and just pause here. Find the comfortable space between your hands where your shoulders are not pulled up towards the ears, where they're just relaxed. We're going to lift a little bit, we're reaching our arms, but that you can still breathe and you feel comfortable. All right, spread some space between your fingers, find some energy there into the hands. Wonderful. So just take a moment here. And then what we're going to do is slide your shoulder blades down. And then you're going to lift your shoulder blades up. That's going to feel like we're lifting our shoulders. But can we think about this more in our shoulder blades at the back of our body, the scapula? So we're sliding them up. And this movement's probably going to be really small. So keep the arms straight. Just reaching up. And then drawing them down. Nice. And then bring the arms out in front of you. Find that tall spine. And then from here, can you squeeze that pencil again, keeping the elbows straight and the arms straight, squeezing that pencil between the shoulder blades. And then reach the fingertips forward like you wanted to drop that pencil that you had between your shoulder blades. So you've got space there. And then again, draw the shoulder blades back and reach the fingertips forward. So nothing's moving here except for the arms. A lot of us can carry a lot of extra tension in this area, so the movement might be quite minimal. So don't feel like you need to over-exaggerate it, move the rest of the body, but just keep it in the arms and the shoulders. The back, the body. So really warming up upper body here. Nice. Relax that. Release the back of your shoulders, and then inhale again up towards the sky. And then nice and slow, let your exhale bring your hands down at your side, all the way down until you reach back. You'll start to squeeze between the shoulder blades again. Maybe you can grab for your chair. Nice. And then find that energy of rooting down through the feet, through the seat, and then lift the heart space. You don't have to lift your chin here and drop the head back, but if that's comfortable to drop back, you can do so. Or keep your spine neutral, or your chin neutral. And think about lifting that space of your heart up towards that bright sunshine today. And breathe here. Nice. And then let's relax. Just release all that. Nice. Now we'll just do some twisting with the spine. So find a little bit more space between your feet planted flat on the ground. All right, let's take a full breath in, reach arms up. And let's turn to a twist to the right. Grab for your chair and that leg, and then press your leg into the hand into the leg, and turn and gaze over that shoulder. We're going to turn this into a bit of a moving flow here. So the inhale comes back up towards center, exhale to the left side, and take that into a twist. Inhale tall, exhale release, inhale up. So we'll spend a moment with our breath there in that twist. Exhale takes us into the twist, inhale reaches you taller, exhale into the twist, gaze over the shoulder, inhale back to center, arms reach up, exhale turn the other direction, inhale nice and tall, exhale to gaze over shoulder and twist, inhale back to center. So just take that a few more rounds here, just in the pace of your breath. If it feels better to stay on one side, then that option is always available. Just making this work for you today. And then just finish off this last round of wherever you are. We'll inhale back up towards the center. Nice, and then exhale with the fingertips behind the head. All right, so again, we're just sitting up nice and tall here. We're not finding a back bend with the rib cage flaring forward. So if you notice that, draw the low rib cage in slightly and then lengthen up through your spine. Nice. While you're here, can you gently draw the elbows back slightly? You might notice again that squeeze between the shoulder blades. Take a few breaths here. And then on our inhale, we'll start to lift the chest towards the sky, move into the back bend, draw the elbows back. And then on your exhale, we'll round and close that forward. Always a really nice movement to open the space, the upper chest and back. So just take your time with that, moving at your pace. As you round forward, can you think about tucking your tailbone and increasing the space between your shoulder blades? You might even gently draw in your belly. And then as you inhale, think about lifting into that back bend. Nice, let's meet open with the elbows wide, tall through the spine. Reaching the arms up, reach, reach, reach. Drop your right arm down to your side, left arm comes up and over, coming into a side bend here. Always an option to bring the fingertips to the back of the head again, or even just find a bend in the elbow if that's more comfortable for your shoulder. Nice, let's come all the way up through center again. Reach tall. Exhale over to your other side. Nice, and come up tall and relax both arms down. Just take a moment, just notice maybe a temperature change or different sensations across your chest and upper back. Just from that movement. Take a nice full, spacious breath. Exhale long and slow. Nice, and we'll move down into our lower body for a moment. So let's lean back into the chair a little bit, not slouching, but using that lean from the hips. So leaning back, still long and tall through the spine. And we're going to start to bring in the right knee towards the body. Tucking it in as comfortable as you can. Drawing the shoulders back and down and finding that length to your spine again. And then we're going to extend that leg and reach the arms wide. And then bring that knee in. You may even round a little bit here if that's more comfortable for you. And then tall spine, open that up. So this can get tiring quite quickly. So just notice and make adjustments. So maybe you send the foot closer towards the floor versus out in front of you. Or maybe you don't come to an entire straight leg, and you just keep a nice slight bend, just to kind of warm into the hips here. Just get creative with this movement. Nice, and then let's hold that knee in and sit up tall. Drawing it in, using the strength of the arms and the shoulders. Pull it out to the side a little bit. Nice. Then we're going to hold the leg here, and we're going to bring the hands to the chair. So find the place, the leg position out in front of you, okay? And then we're going to drop the knee in, and the heel and the foot's going to turn out to the right side. And then bring the foot inward, and the knee is going to drop out. So an inward and internal and external rotation of this upper leg. And again, this movement is not a large one, so just work with what's available. Just find this as a little exploration for a moment. Nice, and then just find a nice circle maybe with that leg and just kind of work out anything that maybe was activated there. Great. Rest that foot down, and we'll bring the left in. So just find that comfortable, sturdy place where you can possibly round or stay tall, and then open with your in-breath. Exhale, draw that in with your out-breath. Noticing these variations from side to side and how that feels. Nice, and this last one here, let's draw that in, sitting up tall, shoulders back and down. And holding that in, give it a little squeeze. And then using the core to stay tall here as you bring the hands down to the chair. And that knee out in front, and then drop the knee out as the foot comes in towards your center line, and then the knee in towards center line and the foot outwards. So that internal and external rotation of your thigh bone. So you might be waving your foot back and forth, but really think about that movement happening in the upper thigh bone. Nice. Hug it in, maybe work it out. Kick that leg around. Great. Sitting up tall again to the edge of your chair, a little bit of space. Let's just drop the knees in and out. So very similar movement, that internal, external with your thighs here. Wonderful. Planting down through the feet, and then spread your toes wide, lift your heels up, and then drop the heels down. Lifting the heels up and dropping them down. So just a few like that, and warming the backs of the legs. Wonderful. Okay, so I want you to really ensure that you're in a sturdy place. We are going to come up to standing. So bringing the feet maybe closer towards you, bringing a little bit of weight into the hands on the thighs, and then come up to standing. All right, you might lose me in the camera here. So when you come up to standing, can you send your hips forward and engage the back body a bit? Because then we're going to fold again at the hips. You're almost going to come down to that chair. You're not going to quite sit down though. And then come back up. Press into your heels, send your hips forward. So just do that a few times. Sometimes I like to just bring my hands to my hips so I can really feel this folding and closing, pressing into the heels, hips forward. Find an opening in the hips flexors here. So you don't have to go deep all the way down to your chair. Just make this movement work for you. Making sure the knees are not collapsing in. So lots of energy down into the heels, outer edges of the feet. Nice. And then take your time. Come back down to your chair. We're going to do a forward fold here. So find a little bit of space between your legs. Take a nice full breath in. Reach your arms up. Exhale, bring your arms down at your side and start to hinge forward. So hinging forward. See how this feels. We're already starting to activate and work with the core here. That might feel like, okay, maybe you get dizzy if your head's down too low. So bring your elbows to your thighs. And then from there, just drop your head. So we have that little bit of extra support of the elbows on the thighs. Or you can bring the hands down at your sides and come all the way down, which might provide a nice stretch across the upper back. See how that feels for you. Regardless of where you are, can everybody bring your hands to your upper thighs and then inhale and look forward. Shine your heart forward. So just coming to a tall, long spine on an angle here. We're not coming all the way up. And then come back down into your forward fold, however that was working for you. And we're going to do that a few times. So just inhale, lift and lengthen. And again, think about lengthening the back of the neck. You might feel like you're tucking your chin versus reaching that forward. So long spine, exhale back down. Inhale, long spine, lift. Exhale, forward fold. And we'll do that one more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Then bring your hands to the thighs and slowly begin to lift yourself all the way up. Tall through sitting. Just take a moment and just let everything settle here. If you're feeling a little overwhelmed or if there's a lot of blood flow is happening in the head and you feel dizzy or anything, keep the eyes open and just really find nice soft breaths. Feel your feet down on the earth and the support beneath your seat. And then taking one hand to your chest and one hand to your belly. And just feel your body breathing here. Can you let go of any doing the breath here? Just let your body breathe as it naturally does right now in this moment. If you notice any gripping or grasping in the body, just soften that a little with the out breath. Finding a smile behind your eyes, on your mouth. And thank you everyone for taking some time to join me here today. And again, just apologies for our beginning and our little internet glitch there. And a reminder that all of our sessions are uploaded onto our YouTube channel, so you have that as a resource to go back through. And we're here live every Thursday at 4. So I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great week, everyone. Bye-bye.